check-in and the blood work. So there's a couple of things to note in the blood work. So numbers have improved, but still not quite where we want them to be, and I don't think we're quite in a position to start implementing anabolics just yet. My other thing to note was that your testosterone was much higher than the range. So this is around 50 nanomolar in UK terms. So I'm not sure when this was taken in relation to your TRT dose, but this is higher than we'd expect. So just let me know what you're doing in terms of your like jabbing frequency and your dosing, because we really want kind of little and often jabs regardless of whether it's cypionate or propionate, and we just need to bring that dose down because it's too high, and obviously being super physiological is going to be having a negative impact on your lipid panel, which is in here. So yeah, so total cholesterol's in range, but HDL just under now, which when it was above previously. Triglycerides in range, and then LDL is not far off. It's getting better, but it's still not quite there. So we do want to obviously really work to get that back in range. It was 170 last time, so it's on the right tracks. It's just not quite there yet. So we need to get that in range. And being in a super physiological dose of testosterone is not going to be helping with that. So keep on with the supplementation in terms of the Revive stuff. So things to have in mind: aged garlic extract, telmisartan if you can get hold of it. These are things that we need to have on lock just to make sure we're trying to actively bring that down. Anyway, in terms of check-in, body weight has come down again, so not 1.3, which is new low, I believe. Matched the new low actually just prior to Christmas, which is good. So we're back to where we were, which is awesome. And just a case of, man, we're just going to keep pushing on here, bro. I want you to keep sending me your training footage. I think it's absolutely key that we keep working together on this. We want to make sure that is on point. That is the one for that. Keep that coming. In terms of Monday, weird one, not ideal, but hopefully it's been better as the week's gone on. Blood pressure's been okay, which is fine. We could do with a little bit more sleep for sure. And then just in terms of nutrition as well, so make sure you're nailing the fruit and veg. It's going to help with cholesterol profiles, going to help with blood pressure, like I say, stress. So all these things are key. But any questions on that, Robbie, let me know. But let's just pull that test dose down. Let me know what you're doing so we can be aligned with that and keep working on the lipid.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. I hope everyone has been well. Just got done with my coach follow-up prior to my check-in yesterday. As mentioned in the video, LDL is improving, not quite where we want them, so still a little bit out of range, but I'll kind of discuss all that later in the video. I'm getting my first meal in right now. Got to go hit the grocery store at Vic. Did hit a new low body weight today though, as you guys seen, 201.6 I believe it was, which is absolutely phenomenal. We're on the right pace, right track. End of the week, probably be hopefully like 199 by Sunday. We'll kind of just see how the week plays on. I'll go more into depth on my blood work results, just everything that I received later on in the video to kind of give you guys more of a in-depth and my thoughts and opinion on where I stand with that currently and kind of what the game plan is going to be going forward. Number one priority right now is obviously keeping my health in check, having longevity in the sport, making sure that your health is always in the proper range before starting a blast is absolutely essential, because if you're not in a good starting position when you start, you're going to end in a worse position than where you were, and it's just going to be a repetitive cycle of trying to get those levels back into healthy optimal ranges. So really taking care of that, making sure I'm just on top of that. It's a little frustrating because it causes the process to move a little slower, which could potentially push the show date back. But at this point, I'm not really stressing, just a little bit, not gonna lie, because I have been putting a lot of work into this. It's a little frustrating, a little irritating, but it is what it is. Just control the factors that I can control, keep doing the things that I'm doing, such as health supplementation, things of that nature. But I'll kind of just go more into depth with my game plan and approach in a later segment of this video. So I'm getting my first meal in today since I do have to go run some errands this morning, which means I'm not gonna be able to hit my fast cardio, but it's all good. I'll get that done when I get back. Just a quick note on that. Cardio has been adjusted to 40 minutes daily now. It was 30 minutes prior to the adjustment. And we're just doing this to help body weight come off, and instead of pulling more food away, just increase factors such as cardio, just keeping up with the intense training to kind of help push my body weight in the way that it needs to go. If all else fails and body weight's still not moving at the rate we need it, or for whatever reason it decides to slow down, because it is moving at a pretty good rate right now, then obviously we'll have to pull more food. But when you're in this prep or when you're in a cutting phase, kind of increasing factors such as cardio, training intensity, are kind of the ways you want to go before you start pulling more food away, especially considering right now my food is already really low and there's not much more room to take away there. If we were to take away from it, it would put me in a very substantial deficit, which could inevitably affect training outputs, mood, energy levels, things of that nature, which just aren't optimal, especially considering we don't really know the time frame in which I'll be stepping on stage. So we're just playing it, seeing what we can do, controlling the factors we can control. From running some errands, unfortunately, Houston traffic is crazy, bro. Absolutely crazy. It takes forever to do anything around the city. So my day is a little late. I want to get to Alpha Land today earlier. I'm tired of working out late at night. Ruins my sleep cycle. I get improper sleep and I just wake up feeling the next day just no energy level. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my pre-workout meal in. Just the standard cream of rice that I've been doing. 50 grams, 10 grams of dark chocolate, and then 50 grams of blueberries will go in here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this down. Head over to Alpha Land for a crazy back workout. Smash that, get back home, finish out the day, and then go over blood work with y'all. So that's gonna be like the main emphasis and point of this video. So a good portion of that will be covered in the last segment of this video. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and stick around and I'll go full into depth of everything that needs to be discussed and things that you should be looking out for when you plan on being an enhanced athlete. I'll give you guys my insights, my input, and by no means is this, it's just me giving you guys my educational input, my inside thought on things of this nature. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. This is the choice I'm making. This is the choice I'm deciding to do. So these are the measurements that I'm taking to ensure that I'm doing it properly. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and smack this down. I'll see you guys at Alpha Land.
Memphis, man.
right, y'all. As I stated, we are going to go ahead and cover my blood work to close this video out. So there's 3 that I'm going to cover today. Obviously, lipid being the most important one and the most significant, as that's the area that I've been struggling with the most in terms of levels being at a proper range. And I'll go ahead and cover my metabolic panel just to give you guys an overview of how that is. Just for a bonus, I'll go ahead and go over my total testosterone, which will give you guys my testosterone rating. So since that one's just nice, simple, and quick, we'll go ahead and discuss that. So total testosterone is 1,458. Standard range is anywhere from 250 to 827. Now that's going to be dependent on which clinic, what physician that you're visiting at that time. Everybody kind of has different reference ranges. But as you can see, my testosterone levels are super elevated, super physiological, if you will, which is granted, being an enhanced athlete, that's just very common. This is interesting because I am not blasting right now. I am on a TRT dose of 150 milligrams per week. Seeing my levels that high with a TRT dose, the goal with TRT is to bring it back into natural ranges. So I think I need to make some adjustments here, and my coach had mentioned that as well. So I'll probably go ahead and reduce my testosterone dosage weekly to get those ranges back down into the 700 to 800 range, just to ensure that the organs in the body are getting the proper rest and break from anabolics as they need. You just can't push, and push. Obviously, that's how you get severe side effects and run into a lot of health problems. So that'll be total testosterone. The next one I'll cover is my metabolic panel. Everything here looks good. Had one thing out of range, which was my carbon dioxide. I don't really know what could cause that. I'd have to look into that, but everything else is where it needs to be. Specifically, what I look for on here is stuff that indicates my kidney and liver function. So everything is good, which I'm happy about. Obviously, when you run into issues with your kidney and liver, that is also very detrimental to your health and something that you would want to take care of immediately. And next up is going to be lipid. This is the issue that I've been running into. My lipid panel has been pretty elevated. First rounds of bloods that I got, which were back in December, I believe. November or December, one of those. They were just severely out of whack. My LDL was really high, my HDL was really low, and that can be due to a number of things. I was on Accutane for a better part of last year, and that is an issue that can occur when you run Accutane. So since getting that first blood work done, having an understanding of what needs to be done to kind of help bring those levels down, such as just diet adjustments, and then implementing things such as a lipid support, which I mentioned in my supplementation video. So I ran that for about a month, took blood work again, which is this most recent one. They are improved, which is good, so we're on the right track. However, they are still out of range a bit. So I'm just gonna have to continue taking that lipid support, make sure I'm watching my diet, which obviously my diet is the same day to day. So that's in check. It's more so just bringing the testosterone levels back down into the optimal range, because elevated levels of testosterone can also affect your lipid panel. So taking care of that, and then just continuing with the lipid support from Revive, just continuously not missing that and just being on point with that. So I'll probably run that for about another month or so, get bloods done again to see where they are. Hopefully they are in the range that we need them to be, so we can go ahead and proceed with prep and everything else that is involved with prep, such as my cycle, my prep cycle, because obviously it helps play benefit to the goal when you are competing in a non-natural federation. Plan as of now is to just keep pushing with diet, training, which those should be your 2 main things anyways. You don't ever want to use drugs as a crutch. You always want to have those 2 things in check. You can't just take a bunch of anabolics and expect your body to change if you don't have those things in line, because you will cause severe damage to your health that could be irreversible. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing what I'm doing, keep the training up, keep the nutrition in line, keep implementing the cardio sessions, hopefully keeping that goal at mind with stepping on stage sometime in April, depending on how these next rounds of bloods go. But I'm in no rush, honestly, and with this being my first show, I want this to be the most optimal experience, right? I want to be able to bring and present my best self to the stage for the first time around, and I want to be able to present my best image to you guys as well, and just being transparent throughout this entire process. I mean, I could easily just leave all this disclosed, step on stage and not really talk about anything that goes on behind the scenes, but I want to document this journey, share it with you guys, and hopefully help people who are interested in diving into the competitive aspect of bodybuilding, and hopefully provide some tips and knowledge on what you guys can do if you decide to go on this journey yourself. That's really all this is. Again, that's just me being super transparent with you guys, as that is something that I've always preached and something that me and Vic discussed when starting this whole process, is how we kind of want to go about it. It's kind of a iffy subject, if you will. I think it's more common nowadays, but again, this is where I'm at currently. I'll keep you guys updated in preceding videos, but the plan is to just keep going, keep pushing, man. Enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. It's been a dope experience, and I'm looking forward to whatever the future holds. But that is going to be the end of the video. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'm out.